Welcome back, guys. We're going to take a look at the bracket together and show you how we got to where we're at right now.
We're very far in the bracket.
Very deep. It's only 8 o'clock. I love it.
I don't know why I chuckled when you said deep.
They always do. FaZe put the hands all over TCM. That was a hot 2-0. Then they went up against Strictly Business. We expected this one to be a little bit closer, but
FaZe went deep on them.
So deep. They went super deep. Elevate made their way past Vex, who kind of surprised everyone when not only they upset XGN, they also beat Rise Nation, who is in the finals of yesterday's 2K. So I think that's the major upset.
But that's it's like a typical weekend for Rise. You know, they win the 2K, they lose the 5K, and then the Pro League, it'll kind of be up and down the whole week.
Elevate went on to lose to FaZe. That was another 3-0. So FaZe today has not dropped a single game. Just want to throw that out there as you start thinking about the bigger picture going into this grand finals match.
It's a fairly good performance by FaZe so far.
Pretty darn solid, and you got to keep in mind that Sensor has been filling in all day long, as Enable just won a tournament with Optic Gaming, looking for the two-peat this weekend.
Sensor Mark. Sensor Mark.
Envy, on the other hand, they have had a pretty nice day up to this point. They beat We Suck, D8 Below Zero, and Optic Nation. Optic Nation, we expected maybe to go to Game 5. Envy got it done in 4. And now Envy is finding themselves against TK, who did drop a game to a verse, but have looked pretty in control this one. They've led in both the Search and Destroy and the Hardpoint from the very first 2 minutes. So I think this one, for me, Envy needs a score right away. They got to take
this is going to be
some of the momentum back.
This is going to be a tough one for Envy. It's going to be a TK host. It's going to be Parasite's host. So, you know, you're pretty much giving host to Parasite, Sharp, and Nameless being in the house. It's going to be a very difficult one for Envy to win because they're not going to have a great connection to this host. They'll probably get good side to start things off. They're going to need at least a 2 or 3 flag lead going into the second half.
What do you think about Parasite on the East Coast? Is that going to help TK?
Yeah, I mean, it helps them online a lot.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah,
it's like, you know, you moved your last team into the team house. You started performing a little bit better. How much better are you now that Parasite is the West Coast player?
Well, I also think Parasite's kind of hard on them. And you know, he's teamed with Nameless before, but no, not with Sharp and Goon. And it's something that I don't think TK has ever had. Is somebody who's really, really hammers on the other players. Like, TK, they've always been like lighthearted. Like, Sharp's like the leader. Like, oh man, you messed up. It's okay. Like, they've never had somebody who's really like critical, like a Parasite, like an Ache, somebody who's like super critical, who's gonna get in on you. And I think that's a great change for TK from the standpoint that kind of wakes those guys up a little bit. It's like, well, okay, not everything we do when we mess up is okay. Now we're like holding ourselves to a higher standard than we once were.
You heard Parasite. I mean, he doesn't always do it the nicest way, but he told Ant, like, Ant, you're not the shot caller in Search. Stop calling out strategies. Like, he just simply shut down one of his teammates who was kind of trying to get creative after it didn't work. They ended up getting the win in that Search and Destroy. But how is TK playing today? Parasite leading the charge with 51 kills in the first Hardpoint. What's he bringing to the table? It looks like 3 straight kills for TK and a flag rack.
I mean, you couldn't ask for a better start from TK. From bad side, they get 3 dead right away.
Look at that
they're able to bring it right off the bat. And it looks like he's just going to have one player to meet here in Connector. It's going to be Looney. He's actually going to get Parasite stunned. And this one should be returned by Envy. They get I don't want to say lucky. They are extremely fortunate Looney's able to make that play.
They're really lucky they have Looney on the team.
Yes.
Looney clutching it. I mean, that's kind of an understatement. First 30 seconds, everything was perfect for TK. How Looney got there, that's what I want to find out. Either way, TK tries to go for a counter pull, shut down instantly. You got Saints pulling out the IMR, and so is Proofy. What will they be able to do with it? Saints is getting aggressive. Meanwhile, Proofy is playing defensively. You can see on the minimap there's one player in position to challenge here. Sharp is about to have his hands full, and he will go down. The IMRs for both teams out in full force.
Yeah, this map, I think you're going to see a ton of IMR. Looks like Saints has one. Looks like I think we saw Proof with one. Goon going to go with the Bow, and I believe Sharp, he's going to have the IMR as well. Now, it makes a ton of sense in this map, Puck. You know, the long-range battle over at poolside, it's really what's going to decide this map. Have a gun like the IMR definitely gives you a huge advantage in that gunfight.
Saints is going to find some activity. Over on the Envy side of the base, this time it's TP, though, running in a second flag for Envy. And we're going to see a 2-0 lead after it looked like TK was going to be the first to score. Envy gets the huge play from Looney. They are riding that momentum now. A 2-0 start. They're playing from the better side, though. So you got to question, is 2 enough, or do they need to put up a third?
I think they
going
need
into
a third.
The second half?
I honestly think they need a third, especially on a TK host. I expect them to at least get 2 flags on that second half TK. So I think if you're Envy, you need to push through and get 1 more. Now, I like the decision by Proof to backtrack a little bit there, just trying to stay alive a little bit longer. Just was TK able to push him out right away. And
Goon is rocking the IMR Bow combo. He's fully loaded with ARs, picking them up off dead bodies, and starting off very strong. 4 spree currently, 7 and 5. You see Sharp, though, 8 and 5. One of the most impressive stats for me, though. What's going wrong with Parasite? 2 and 7 off the break. Hasn't had any kills since his opening life.
Well, it's difficult. I mean, he is playing primarily with a sub on this map, and it looks like pretty much everybody else on the map has an AR, whether it's a BAL or an IMR. I think the only other sub player on the map right now currently is Teep. So you see Teep struggling as well. Pretty much the same stat line, I know, from both those players. You see Teep, he's going to get taken out by Parasite.
Joined the rest of them, pulling out an IMR of his own now.
Yeah, he joined the club. So Parasite, he's going to have an AR as well. Would not be surprised to see Teep pull one out. Let's see. Teep, he's still going to go with the sub. Going to try and put that pressure, be that standard OBJ player, but might be time soon to bust out a BAL.
And this is the second time that they're actually letting Saints go for the flag. It looks like Looney actually is now the flag carrier. Saints doing so much damage up close with the IMR. Would have players kind of adapted that play style, Matt? Because honestly, I haven't seen too much aggressive IMRs as we are now.
Oh, I mean, usually don't see any aggressive IMRs, but Saints, I mean, he's one of the players who has that fast reaction time, that, almost like Scump, like that just twitch and just great centering, that he's able to just play that aggressive with the gun. I mean, a lot of other players who use it, are slower, more methodical players. I mean, you see the quick snap reactions out of Saints. It makes it pretty easy for him to use that gun up close.
Flag going out. Saints trying to chase it down. 1 defender, and that will be Looney. Picking up Goon. It looks like Nameless in your kill feed is going to answer back. Parasite for TK trying to get it home, and that is a big stop. Proofy with the MR gets 2. Stuns come out, but Sharp still able to rally it in. So TK now down 2 flags once again. They're trying to apply the pressure, but Envy right back in their base is going poolside again. You got Proofy on the defensive end. 1 player to beat inside lobby.
Yeah, that's Parasite. Parasite's going to win that engagement with Teep. Flag still kept alive, though. Looney with the flag. Saints just standing there, just switching his gun. Parasite almost out of ammo. Now he's officially out. 1 player left in caves. He's going to need to win this battle versus Proof.
3 kills. He's going to get 3.5 to get the return. That was an insane individual performance.
Oh, that was an unbelievable performance right there by Parasite. I mean, you got to think Envy gets that flag. They're up 4-1 going into the second half. This game is really out of reach for TK. 2 flags, though, for TK on good side, on host. That is not out of the stretch of imagination at all.
Totally possible. We'll see. Will they be able to get it done? If they do, it's a hot 3-0. Envy is heading home with just $400-some here and a 3rd place finish. But I don't see Envy losing this the way Proofy's playing right now. 19 and 8. Saints is right there with them, doing everything they can. And Looney has been able to help focus down those flags with TP. I don't see TK being able to hang in this game. I mean, Parasite had that nasty 3-piece, but those were half the kills he got in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be really aggressive mid-map. I think one thing you can say is that Proof was able to have a great half because he had to play base defense. And I mean, when you're over by the rock spawning in cave and you have an IMR and you're able to just lock that down, you should be able to pick up a ton of kills, I think.
He did push into the base a few times, so we saw that towards the second half of the first round. But now you're going to see at the start, 3 down. Envy's cleaning up all the kills. Goonjar there will answer back on Saints, but Envy looking to get aggressive. You're going to see 1 player pushing forward and only 1 player from TK doubling back at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like TK, they're going to opt to just have 1 player play this defense. It's going to be Parasite. Going to toss some stuns out. Looks like he's going to be able to flank Looney. Should be able to pick up this kill from behind. He's actually got another player behind him, though. He's going to get taken out. Last line of defense going to be Goon. Goon able to pick up 2 on a 3 streak. Fantastic defensive play from Goon. It looks like Sharp able to pick up another in TK with a defensive stand.
Yeah, most importantly there, Goon baited out that last player into Sharp. So now TK, with advantage of middle of the map control, will be making their first push over on poolside. Shut down instantly. Saints comes flying through with the IMR to take out Sharp.
Yeah, and it looks like, you know, TK cannot get any pressure on the Envy base. Parasite, he's going to be inside, you know, Envy's lobby, just kind of waiting for his team to pick up some kills. I don't think Envy has any idea he's there. But still, nobody else besides Parasite been able to get past the 50-yard line of the map. Now he's going to pick up one. He's going to need to go big here. Looks like Nameless in support. He's going to pick up another. So Envy with the flag, they're going to bring it back towards Towels, back towards the middle of the map. That's going to go down, so it looks like a flag cap for TK, and that's a play that can end up breaking the whole map open for Team Kaliber, Puckett.
Proofy did get 3 straight kills, though, and now this should be Envy pushing out on poolside. One player coming off spawn. Saints deals with Sharp. Here comes the Flood. Double checking in middle lobby, throwing out some stuns, doesn't connect, but he's in position to do the damage. Sharp off the respawn, cleaned up. Parasite is there, and we're going to see Proofy, last man standing from Envy, is going to be sitting on poolside, but not able to get very far. TK down by 1, but definitely not out of this game.
Yeah, TK, making a nice offensive push, and I like that play by Sharp, using his frag grenades to be able to knock Proofy out of that spot. A lot of times you just see people, toss their frags out, really with no kind of reason. They just toss them out for the hell of it, and right there was a nice job by Sharp, able to just knock Proof off that spot. And it's going to be TP. He's going to be running the flag from the bottom left-hand side of the map on that overextension. And it looks like he should be able to get a cap, as you see Saints racking up kills in his own base. But TK still with a very strong push here. Still 2 players in the base. Looks like TP going to get that one in, and it's going to put Envy back up by 2. It's a fantastic CTF game so far by Team Envious.
Can't wait to call Dan Sloss after this and get his thoughts on the entire match. 2 minutes remaining in this one. TK looking like they will be playing uplink unless something drastically changes here. Parasite getting a lot more kills here, has already reached the number he had on the first half. Still a minute 30 to go. Goonjar, 21-20, the only player positive for the team. You need Nameless to be a bigger factor. He has been silent today in this matchup.
Yeah, Nameless only 10 kills, 10-20 for Nameless. Really struggling, using that AR, and you see how many shots he's putting down, just not able to finish these players off. He's able to take out Saints up top.
There you go,
now,
Nameless.
As soon as we go on with Nameless, has the opportunity maybe pick up a 3-piece here. He's got 1 player to his left in Towels, not able to take out Proof, but it's going to be Parasite with the flag, not able to get it out. You see every time Parasite pulls the flag, there's nobody there in support, just kind of running up the map by himself.
Looking at the mini-map, you got 1 blue player from Envy on the flank. Proofy sneaking in for the flag grab. Big kill from Parasite, keeping the base clear. Sharp coming off respawn, able to help out. TK, 50 seconds left. That's plenty of time to get 2 captures, but you need total map control, and that is not going to happen when you got Looney from behind. Saints is trying to clear it out for Envy, and there is the flag grab, but it's not from Team Kaliber. It's from Envy's TP, who will run this courtside and make sure that no matter what, this game is going in favor of Team Envy.
Yeah, this one definitely going in favor of Envy. It looks like we're going to get a flag stalemate here. Teep just going to hold this one low side. Last player who had a chance from TK, that was Goon. He's taken out. 18 seconds left. This is a huge win for Envy on a TK host. I imagine the next one going to go back to an Envy host. It's going to be a comeback uplink, I believe. So that would definitely prove to be a very strong map for Envy going into that one.
Envy, you think, is going to be able to bring this back to a Game 5, Matt?
I think I think it's the next one's comeback uplink. If it's their host, they have a very good chance of bringing it to a Game 5.
We'll find out after this, guys. For now, Envy is going to put their first point on the board. It is uplink comeback game number 4, so we could see this one go the distance. We'll find out after the stats. First, let's break down the numbers, Matt. Who had the best game here in CTF?
There's Proof. 36-17. 2 defends, 1 return, just doing a nice job locking down the base. And then Saints 27-23, being extremely aggressive with that IMR. We were talking about that. Put up great numbers for Envy.
Uplink comeback coming up next, guys. We'll see you in 2 minutes.